Hi guys, and welcome to your English 2 classroom. Today I want to talk to you in this video about how to navigate your online textbook. So you have a link to this in Google Classroom and it's called Ed, Your Friend in Learning. And this goes along with your paper copy of your textbook that I will be giving you or already have given you. Remote learners will be able to pick this up in the high school office. This is not for us to really turn work in with unless it was absolutely necessary, but everything that we do online is in the book. So what you can use the paper book for is if you want to write down your answers before you enter them online, or if you just want to read the stories in the book instead of looking at your screen to read the stories or any of the questions. So this is a companion to your online textbook, but the assignments that I'm going to be grading and the tests that you're going to be taking will all be online. Your online textbook is not the only thing that we'll be using in class, so I don't want you to think that. We will be doing other things using other online platforms as well as doing other things just in class. But we are the thing that you will use the most for your learning objectives in English 2 is Ed, Your Friend in Learning, which is your online textbook for HMH into Literature, Texas. Okay, so everybody will have one of these books and you can leave it in the classroom or take it home with you if you need to, just making sure that you bring it back. All right, so to log in, your username is your first name dot last name. Okay, so if I was going to log in, it would be Wendy.Henson, all lowercase. Okay. I used the first name, the given first name that's on your roster. And if that's not the name you go by, I'll learn the name you go by, but let's just go ahead and log in with your given first name. Your password is Rebels20, all lowercase, REBELS 20. Now, everybody has the same password. So I know, and we know what the format is for your login. So I know that it would be possible for you to log on to somebody else's account and to either do their work for them or mess up their work, or hopefully nobody would do that. But I'm just saying, logging on to someone else's online textbook is against the rules, just like logging into somebody else's school account. So if I were to find out that you did that, there would be consequences, disciplinary consequences, okay? You would get sent to the office and possibly be given zeros on your work. So if I were to walk near your desk and see that you're logged on to someone else's account, that would never be acceptable, okay? You can't say, oh, I was helping them, any of that. Do not log on to someone else's account, please, okay? So just help me out with that. So once you've logged in or put in your username and your password, you're going to sign in. Well, I can't use that one, but I do have a test user account in here. So I'm going to go to my test account so that I can show you what it looks like on from a student's point of view. Okay, so you just log in and it takes you to your dashboard. Okay, it says hi test because it thinks my first name is test because it's test user. Okay, so it'll have your name. Here's your dashboard, and then you have discover, which takes you to your units and your content, all of the things that are available in your online textbook. Okay, now I will tell you that these things are things that you can explore on your own and work on your own. What I've found is that things do not have to be assigned to you in order for you to do them. So let's say you wanted to practice some grammar and you went to open up this run-on sentences. Let's say you turned in an essay and I told you you had a lot of run-on sentences and you need to practice that. Well, you could go here and practice this. And what you do is read it all and then you scroll down to the bottom and here are your practice exercises. So if I assign you run-on sentences, it will be in your assignment list. If I haven't assigned it to you and you want to do it, then you can certainly do that for extra practice. So notice that it opened it up in a separate tab. So I'm going to click out of that tab and it takes me back to where I was. So again, your Discover tab takes you to your units. We're starting with Unit 1, so Unit 1, 2, 3, and 4. And when you click on the units, it's going to open up just an online version of the textbook. So if you were to open up your paper copy of the textbook, what you're seeing right here online is what you will see in your textbook. And if you scroll through with the arrows, it gives you all the activities. Now, I will be assigning these activities separately for you to do, and I'm not going to go into everything in detail because it's very user friendly and it will be obvious what I'm asking you to do. But let's look at your annotation tools because you will be asked to do some things from time to time and to take notes. So if you click up here on notes, it says you haven't created any notes yet. So to create a note, I highlight something, and this is very much like, let's see, to create a highlight or note, select a piece of text. I selected a piece of text and it didn't do anything. Let me turn that note thing off and see what happens. Well, it still didn't work. I'm wondering if that has something to do with me having my webcam on. But I wouldn't think so. Okay, there. For some reason, it wasn't working on that other part. But here, you can add a note. You can choose what color it is. And from time to time, I might ask you to do a note in a certain color. So add note. And you might say, I need to ask Mrs. Henson more about this. Okay, and then you would save it. Now when I go back to my notes, I will see that I have a note right here. I can click on this and I can view it on the page where it was. And view on page, and here it is. Okay, so those notes, I can edit it and all of that. So those notes are there. You will see that there's an audio and read along option, but that is just when you actually get into the story. So I'm going to go over here to my contents and look at the first story that we're going to read, which is What of This Goldfish Would You Wish? And I'm going to click on More, and I'm going to say make sure my audio is on. And this is for anybody that wants to listen to it being read. And I need to turn my audio on and click play audio.
By Any Other Name, memoir by Santa Rama Rao. At the Anglo-Indian Day School in Zorinabad, to which my sister and I were sent when she was 8 and I was 5.5.
Okay, so I'm going to pause it, but you could hear that being read, I think. So it will read the stories to you. It won't read the other activity instructions to you, but it will read that. And you can turn this read along highlight on or off. I like the read along highlight. It highlights it in yellow as it's reading it to you. So that is an option for anybody that wants to have the story read to you. That's always an option. Okay, so that gets you into some of the content when you click on one of your units. But keep in mind that when I assign something to you, if I'm going to assign you by any other name to read, it's going to be in your assignments list. So you don't have to scroll through and try to find everything. So you would go to your assignments, and this is my test student, and so I've already made a bunch of assignments to this student. So you see that it's got a due date. For you remote learners, these due dates are going to be very, very important, because if I don't get your assignments by the due date, I'm going to have to count you absent, because when you in the handbook, it tells you that if you're a remote learner, you have to be engaged every day. So I have to know that you're working on things. So the way that I know that you're engaged and working on things, you can email me back and forth to ask me questions. I will be at my desk a lot during the day with the social distancing. I will be at my desk a lot during the day and checking my email. So you can email me during the day, plus anytime 8th period is my office hours, the last period of the day. So somewhere around like 3 o'clock till the end of the school day, 3 to 3:40 or whatever it is. But and I'll have that posted so you'll know the exact times. But you can feel free to email me anytime. That goes for remote learners or face-to-face learners, and that's what those are the terms that we're going to use in class. Remote learners are the ones that are learning at home. Face-to-face, if you see FTF, That means face-to-face learners, okay? So face-to-face learners or remote learners are free to email me anytime with a question, even if you're sitting in class and you don't want to get up and come to my desk, and because we're doing all the social distancing all the time, and you can approach me and ask me a question, but and stay 6 feet away. But if you want to just stay at your desk and send me an email, we can do that too. Okay, so just keep all of that in mind. So let's just click on an assignment, and you'll see it will take me directly to that assignment. And that assignment, what you have to do for that assignment will consist of just what's on that page. Okay, very important. When I assign you something, you don't have to scroll over to the next page. Okay, this goes into a new activity and you can go ahead and do it. But if I haven't assigned it yet, you might just want to wait until I give you further instructions, okay? Because I'll be making videos like this that explain how to do things. So when we're learning about irony, sarcasm, and motif, I'm not just going to assign it and then say, okay, do this. I'm your teacher, just like I always am, and I will be teaching lessons, okay? So whether you're face-to-face or remote, you will have videos from time to time. And if you need a video, just let me know. Could you make a video or Zoom meeting with me so that I can get a little bit of extra help on this? So that's the way all of that's going to be. I'm here and available for you if you need any extra help for anything. But I don't want you to think that we're just doing an online textbook and you're just going to get on there and do everything by yourself, because that's not how this is going to work. Okay? A lot of times you will be doing things by yourself, but I will always be there facilitating and doing direct teaching and helping you along the way. Okay, so I'm going to close out that tab. So I have my dashboard again, which just gives me a quick overview of what assignments I have to do that are due or overdue. Okay, so that's a good thing to look at. Do I have something due today or something that's overdue? Discover will take you where you can look for things on your own. You won't really need this unless you're just looking for some sort of tutorial that you can do on your own to help you with something that you don't know about. So grammar-wise, here's some graphic organizers, some vocab, and there's some books in here that you can read on your own. Okay, so trying to figure out where the novels are. But anyway, there are 20 pages of things that you can read on your own in the leveled text library if you just want to read something on your own. My light went off and I don't want to get up and turn it back on. I might in just a minute. But anyway, you've got some things here that you can practice on, as well as your student edition of your textbook. And then again, your tab for your assignments. You can see what you've got to do. And notice if I went to this assignment and I did it and I finished it, I come back and I click I'm done. The I'm done just lets me know that you're done, that you're ready for me to look at it and you're ready for me to grade it. Now, this assignment doesn't have a way for me to grade it. It's just kind of like a mini lesson. And it's got some little notes for you to take and things for you to do, but it's not a quiz, or it's nothing that has like multiple choice questions or something that can be graded. So it's just for me to look over and make sure that you did it and maybe say, I don't think you understood this concept. Let's go back and look at this again. Okay, so clicking the I'm done just lets me know that you're finished with it. You're ready for me to look at it and see that you did finish it. Okay, and then you can click over here, because there will be some tests and quizzes that you do that will have scores. You can click over here for your scores. So as the high school test student, I went in and took a test and just clicked in answers without really reading it to see how it scores it. So I made a 46.7 on my test, and I can look at it and see what questions I missed, and I can review that. And I like this feature because it will show me what I missed and what the right answer was. Okay, so that's the basic navigation of your online textbook, and it's pretty user-friendly. Here's a help button up here in case you have questions that you haven't been able to ask me, or just about navigating the textbook. But just to review, You have your dashboard where you can see what's due today or any assignments that you have overdue. You have your Discover button, which allows you to do some extra tutorials or just maybe even preview things that are coming up. But here's the important tab, your assignments, okay? So see this list of assignments, and it would tell you what day it's due. And those will be linked in Google Classroom every day, so you'll know what to do there as well, okay? And then your scores for anything that's been graded and turned back. Okay, so that's your online textbook. If I have anything else to share with you about that, I will either make a video to clarify it or talk to you about it in class. Remote learners, if you have any questions, feel free to email me. We can also set up Zoom meetings for certain times if you need to talk to me face-to-face, if that would be better for you. So just stay in touch. Whether you're face-to-face or remote, stay in touch with me and let me know what kind of help you need, what would be helpful for you. And that's all for now.